Hey everyone, this presentation will be over fingerprints. A brief history of fingerprints in the United States. In 1905, the U.S. military adopted the use of fingerprints. Soon after, the police agencies began to adopt the use of fingerprints as well. In 1908, the first official fingerprint card was developed. In 1924, the formation of the Identification Division of FBI. In 1980, the first computer database of fingerprints was developed, known as Automated Fingerprint Identification System, or AFIS. Currently, nearly 700 million individual fingerprints entered in AFIS. So what is a fingerprint? It's an impression on a surface of curves formed by the ridges on a fingertip, used as means of identification. Some fingerprint principles. Fingerprints are individual characteristics, meaning no two people have the same exact fingerprint. Fingerprint patterns will remain unchanged for life, but the print itself can change due to scars and skin diseases. Fingerprints have general characteristic ridge patterns that allow them to be systematically identified. Fingerprint classes. There are 3 types of fingerprint classes based on their visual pattern, which are loops, arches, and whorls. On the left there's a loop, in the middle there's an arc, to the right there's a whorl. Fun fact, 60% of people have loops, 35% of people have whorls, and 5% have arches. This is my fingerprint. Can anybody tell me what kind it is? Latent prints. Once a finger touches a surface, oils present on the finger ridges are transferred to the surface, leaving an impression. These prints are invisible to the eye and are referred to as latent or invisible fingerprints. Recovering latent prints. Prints on hard, non-absorbent surfaces are recovered by applying powder. Prints on porous materials require treatment with a chemical. To recover on porous materials, chemicals such as iodine, fuming, and ninhydrin are used. On non-porous materials, superglue, fuming is used. Visible prints made when fingers touch a surface after ridges have been in contact with a colored material such as blood, grease, paint, or ink. Plastic prints are impressions left on a soft material such as soap, putty, wax, or dust. Lifting latent fingerprints. Prints on large immovable objects that have been developed with a powder can be best preserved by lifting with a broad adhesive tape or acrylate. Then, the tape is placed on a properly labeled card that provides a good background contrast with the powder. Here's a video demonstrating on how to lift fingerprints, as well as recovering them through powder.
Have your strips at the ready and your fingerprint taking form. Open the strip up like that, and this is how not to do it. Place your thumb on there, straight on, straight off. Clearly you're missing the sides of your fingerprint, which is no good. We need a nice rolled impression, rolling one from one side of the nail bed to another. And what you're trying to achieve is a nice rectangular print. Turn it over, and then what we'd like you to do is then to take the other 5 fingers. If necessary, get a friend to help you steady the page. The most important thing when you're dusting for fingerprints is making sure you use the smallest amount of fingerprint powder. And when you dust over the surface, keep it extremely light, and you can see, voila, the fingerprints are coming up there. Do not go over them again. Always check, there's 2 sides to a story. So make sure that you look at both sides of the plate or the object that you're dusting. As I say, again, keep it nice and light. Next, we want to lift the prints off, so we're going to put a piece of sellotape on there. Use a lot of force in this case. Turn your fingerprints over and gently take it off, and then stick that straight onto the form that you've used to record your fingerprints. And there is a good set of lifted fingerprints.
I know none of you care, but here are my sources. Thank you for your attention.